Welcome back. And for the solution part of this section, refer the Project One Solutions Colab Notebook. Just connect the Colab Notebook again and run the previous cells. Now let's come to the actual cell where we have the solution. So what we are doing here is we are using NLTK library and the n-grams function that it has to automatically extract n-grams. So let's run this cell and see the output before looking at the individual pieces. We have this original sentence and we calculated the n-gram overlap score by averaging from unigram to 4 grams, and we have sorted these paraphrases in the descending order of the similarity score, as you can see here. And from this you can understand that a gang of frogs was roaming about the woods in search of water once more. This is the most diverse paraphrase when compared to the original sentence. You can see that this sentence has the most diverse choice of words when compared to the average word count in this sentence as well. So group of frogs is replaced with gang of frogs, forest is replaced with woods, in search of water is added with once more. Whereas if you take, let's say, the second sentence, etc., probably instead of group we have heard, instead of roaming we have swaning. But when you take the average n-gram overlap score, you have even once more here, that is adding to more diversity when compared to the rest of the sentences. So you can kind of see what's causing the highest diversity for this. And what you can do now is you can use this paraphrasing algorithm and you can generate 4 or 5 paraphrased outputs, and you can pick the paraphrased output that is most diverse to the original sentence and use it in your actual paraphraser. Because when someone is looking for a paraphraser, they would look for a paraphraser that preserves the meaning of the original sentence but carries the highest diversity with varied choice of words. That's the ideal paraphraser for them. Now looking at the code, here we can see that we are iterating through all the paraphrases in each of the paraphrases list, and we are calculating score by passing original sentence and paraphrase. So you pass every sentence, let's say this original sentence and this paraphrased version, to this calculate score function. So whatever score returned here is this score 0.35, 0.37. And what's happening here is basically we are appending the paraphrase sentence as well as the score, and we are just sorting them in reverse order, as you can see, and we are printing that here. Now let's go to this calculate score function to see exactly what's happening. So this is the calculate score function. In here what we are doing is we are removing any punctuation that occurs in both original and reference sentence, because we want to tokenize and compare n-grams. So we don't want any punctuation to affect our generated output and comparisons. That's why we are doing this. Once that is done, what you're doing here is we are just getting n-grams list of the original sentence and reference sentence, and here we are getting unigrams, here we are getting bigrams, here trigrams, and here 4 grams. And what happens is that at the end of the day we are getting n-gram score for each of unigram, bigram, trigram, 4 gram, and we are averaging it out completely. So we developed another function called as get match score, that is to just get unigram score or bigram score, trigram score, 4 gram score individually. And what that function does is you can see that each of these is just a list, and this is also a list. This is a list of unigrams from original sentence, this is a list of unigrams from reference sentence. Similarly you have for other n-grams, and all we are doing in this get match score is we are calculating how many elements overlap between these two lists. Those lists could be unigrams, bigrams, trigrams, n-grams. So in the original sentence and in the reference sentence, we are trying to see how many overlaps are present. And now once we get the overlap, all we are doing is normalizing it by dividing by the length of reference. So again, let's say you have unigrams, then length of reference is number of unigrams present in reference sentence. If you have bigrams, then length of reference is number of bigrams. So essentially you're calculating how many n-grams overlap between original sentence and reference sentence divided by the length of n-grams. That's what you're doing here. So this match score is what is being returned here, and all we are doing is we are averaging it out across unigram to 4-gram scores. So at the end of the day, what we are doing here is we are comparing the n-gram overlap score between the original sentence and reference sentence. And here we are taking n-grams from unigram to 4-gram, and in order to get a unified score, we are just averaging out all the 4 scores from unigram, bigram, trigram and 4-gram, and that's the similarity score that we are getting when compared to original sentence and reference sentence. And we are arranging them and we are sorting them in reverse order of similarity because we are looking for the highest diversity sentence. As I mentioned, this is the basis for text generation evaluation metric called as BLEU score, BLEU, as you can see. And you can read more about BLEU score at this link, or you can just Google it up. But at the end of the day, we have learned by comparing n-gram overlaps and calculating the average n-gram score, we have learned the fundamentals of popular text generation metrics like BLEU score and Rouge score, etc. I hope this was a very interesting exploration for you. Thanks for watching.